Hello and welcome again to Let's Play Baldur's Gate. This is Policy of Madness. In between the last session and this one, I had a problem with my Baldur's Gate installation. I had to reinstall it. The save games are still all here. They were still accessible, and so I was able to access them. I realized that really early in the game, what difficulty am I on? On. Yeah. Really early in the game, I went through, like, all of these screens. And, so I think I have the setup the same as it was, I really hope.
Nothing to it.
Anyway, last time we cleared out the Cobalt and Fire Wine, and we also finished climbing the Iron Throne. This time we're going to go to Candlekeep.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
Oh, I'm not really afraid of this.
Forward march! Forward march! Forward march!
You wouldn't hurt a lady.
Forward march!
One of the things that, yeah, I wasn't getting this before. I don't even know how I managed to turn this on. I intended to turn it on way back in the beginning, but somehow I didn't. And so I never got around to looking for it again. This time I got it on even without intending. I don't even know where this option is. But now we have subtitles that we didn't have before.
Incurtus.
Okay. I thought about going back to Durlag's Tower this time, because I really think that we need to do that. But in Candlekeep,
If you say so.
there are a couple of tomes that we would really like to get before we go back to Durlag's Tower, and I think we need to rest first. So, 2 sessions ago, I was talking about
Of course.
the concept of being below the law, and then last session I kind of got distracted by the game,
If that's what you want.
and ended up not completing that thought.
You want some whiskey?
But I realized also that I had almost completely finished what I was saying. Essentially, the only parts that were left.
Whatever you
I don't
desire.
know if I've mentioned this before, but I really like the kind of scribbly look to the artwork here on this, the streets here in Baldur's Gate, especially like right here where it's really colorful. I think what they're trying to convey here is like grass growing up between the cobbles, or something like that. But it's, you know, just like really scribbly. I don't know if that was laziness or intentional, but it looks really good. I approve of it. The only parts of the below the law discussion that I didn't actually get to was people.
Is that all?
There are a couple of reasons why people try to blame others for what's happened to them, and one of them is the just world fallacy, which I went through, and the other is because we all like to. These are the major reasons. These are not the only reasons. We all like to think that we can control our own
Nothing
fates.
to it.
And if terrible things happen to people who don't deserve it, just essentially at random,
Whatever you want.
then can we really say that we control our own fates?
Greetings, taxpayers. I am Duke Eltern, commander of the Flaming Fist.
Actually, I don't think I pay taxes here in Baldur's Gate. Usually those kinds of taxes in this kind of a setting come from the landowners. I'm not paying anything. Okay.
Your journey has come full circle. Duke Elton has asked that you travel back to Candlekeep, where you must spy upon the leaders of the Iron Throne. While it troubles you that such evil men now make use of the Great Library, and you wish the circumstances of your visit would be different, it will still be a pleasure to return to your former home.
Okay. Now we have a tome of great value. Not another scroll, but the history thereof. I'm not sure why the library wants this. I'm not sure why anybody would want this. It's indecipherable. You can't comprehend it through normal magic or any other means. So what use is it? Actually, I think that you can't even sell it if you try. You end up being offered like 1 gold and nobody will actually take it. So people try to find reasons for why what happened to you is your own fault or for the reason of wanting to believe that what happens to people is what should happen to them, and also believing that we can control our own fates. That this kind of shit's not random. And then once we've decided, and once people have decided that you brought this on yourself, it's almost a logical extension of that idea that you should not be protected for what was, we have now decided, something that you did to yourself. And so now the law no longer protects you. And that's terrible. A functioning society, a properly functioning society, should never have situations where people end up below law. So that's pretty much all there is to that. I hadn't realized how much I'd covered in that one recording until I went back and listened to it again. So instead of going on and on and on about that in any additional detail, which is unnecessary, I'm instead going to talk about mansplanation. Because not that long ago, somebody tried to mansplain at me. And I also realized that I have subscribers. People are actually subscribed to my channel to watch this. I don't know why. I don't know what you're getting out of it. I hope you continue to get, whatever entertainment out of it that you're currently getting. So, welcome subscribers. And also, a surprising number of people outside the United States are watching this. So, non-Americans, welcome too. I hope that little discussion that I had of stand your ground laws didn't totally blow your minds. Yes, it is entirely possible for someone in the United States to walk around carrying a loaded weapon and shoot someone dead with it, and then claim to the authorities after the fact that, well, I felt like I was in danger of my life, even though these other people were not armed and were just playing their music too loud.
Hold, travelers! Before you will be allowed entrance, you must donate a tome of great value to our libraries.
If you try to get back in prior to this point, this is the only option that they give you, and he's not going to let you in. So, we'll give him the book. Your less civilized friends. My ferret. Don't worry, I'll keep my ferret under control. Yes, it is possible for you to, in the United States, walk around with a loaded weapon, kill someone dead with it, claim after the fact that you felt like you were threatened, and completely get away with it. Your likelihood of getting away with it depends on how white and male you are. And if you are non-white, and especially if you're non-white and not male, you're very likely to be prosecuted. Even white men occasionally don't get away with it, but there are situations where some people do get away with it over and over and over and frickin' over. It's absolutely outrageous. And so, if you live somewhere not in the United States and just can't believe that that's a thing here, let me assure you that it is a thing here. And, it's one of those, I'm laughing because it's one of those, you gotta laugh to keep from crying. It's ridiculous. Anyway, today we're on the topic of mansplanations. Somebody mansplained at me not that long ago. I found it a little bit unbelievable.
What do you need?
Okay.
What would you like?
So now I have a bunch of cats. We have a dead cat, and we have a priest of Ogma.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
And this one hisses. So, okay. Grr. Forget the plan. Oh, so there's a plan.
Your time is done, primates!
Yeah, see, we're getting these subtitles that we didn't before. And I've been caught looting these areas before. I think the cats were reporting on me. It's equally likely that the game just cheated. Like it did in Baldur's Gate that time.
Nothing to it.
Okay. I think there's nothing in here. Oh. History of Halrua. Was that the book that she was missing before? Can't remember. So, mansplanation is a word that especially men don't like, probably because it starts with the letters M-A-N. So I'm going to explain what it is, and it's one of those things that's kind of like privilege. When you accuse somebody of it, they really don't like that. They get super offended. So I'm going to describe what it is, and what it isn't, and why it's bad, more or less.
Salutations. I am Catterley, a visitor of Candlekeep, like yourselves.
This is like a famous Forgotten Realms dude. They just dropped him in here for essentially no reason. I know you well, though you may be hard-pressed to remember. Conferred with Gorion, our father, not foster father, while I was off at chores. So I'm hard-pressed to remember because I was off doing chores while he was talking to Gorion, and therefore we barely saw each other, and yet he knows me well. Okay. He was a harper. Yeah, those who harp. They tend to keep themselves their affiliations because nobody fucking likes them, and for good reason. If you had a gold coin for every person you've heard say this thing, you still wouldn't have enough as much gold as I do. Okay.
Hello there. Hello there.
I have your fucking book. It's right here. Well, I'm not carrying it around if there's... I don't remember this part very well. I haven't done this as many times as I've done the other parts of this game. So, let's finish exploring this area. Mansplanation. It's important to remember that the actions that I'm about to describe are not solely performed by men, and they're not solely performed by men on women. But a mansplanation is essentially when someone starts to lecture another person without checking whether or not that person is interested in what's is going to be said, and whether or not that person already has any expertise on what is going to be said. See what's in here.
Whatever you want.
Wait a minute. He must help us. And then he just sends me off? Okay. Okay. Far over a month of travel. Far over a month of travel. Day 248. Yeah, far over a month of travel is accurate. Okay.
If you say so.
So, you know, the classic example, and the one that is probably the most famous. I like this. Try the doorknob, and a muffled voice says, "Go away, you chimp." I like to think that they're having a orgy in there. They don't want me to interrupt them. Probably the most famous incident of mansplaination came when a lady who had just written a book was at some kind of a little gathering. And she's talking to a guy. And, oh, here I am. And he asks her, as, you know, just cocktail small talk. Asks her, you know, what she's been doing, and she says, "Oh, you know, I've been researching this one guy whose name I don't remember." And he says, "Oh, you know, I just read a book about that," and he just starts lecturing her about this, and, you know, hold forth as an authority. And she's very polite to him because, you know, she's interested in the subject, and she's, like any intelligent person, very open to more knowledge about it. But before long she realizes that the book that he read about this, you know, kind of obscure topic is the one that she wrote. He's describing to her her own book, and doing so as though he's the expert on this topic. And I can't remember if she had somebody with her. I think she did. I think she had a friend with her who was like trying to interrupt the guy and say, "That's her book. That's the book that she wrote." But he wouldn't pay any damn attention. That's the classic mansplaination. Not sure what's significant about that one book. Don't even know if that's something that we can examine exactly. But all these have books on them. One of them is like really hilarious. Let me see if I can find it. It's right here on the first level, I think. Yeah, normal book. They just left the template in here. They the template for a normal book. Forgot to populate it with a real book.
Something on your mind?
His eyes were closed, and he's reciting page after page as if from memory. This was a very important moment for me in this game. Where are these prophecies? Are they here? Yeah. Vocalize. Does anybody actually cast silence in this game? I don't think they do. But here's the prophecy. It's listed as a letter, but it's not one. I realized when I was reading this, because this is obviously different, you know, all these shelves have books, you know, including the normal book right here, but this is obviously a special, you know, thing, and I realized this is a key item. I realized it's talking about me. This is talking about me. That's when it dawned on me, and this was just such an amazing moment. There was nothing that forces you to come read this. And in fact, the big reveal at the top of the keep here is something that's really, really, really easy to miss.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
You can go along with this and be polite to him, but he'll just embarrass you. He'll talk about the time that I think Elminster came to the keep, and we were, I don't know, really young, and we're running around naked, and nobody could catch us and put any clothes on us. So I don't really think that's a story that we need to hear. The actions that I've just described, which I have to emphasize this. What I've just described is a situation in which you are allegedly talking to another human being and yet not really involving them in the conversation. Because in order to avoid doing this mansplaination, in order to avoid it, it's really, really easy. All you have to do is engage your conversation partner in conversation. We're going invisible.
If that's what you want.
Because Saravok is right here. And as soon as he talks to us, and we have visited this level of the keep,
Whatever you desire.
as soon as we go to another level of the keep, we'll be arrested.
Is that all?
So we have to sneak past him if we want to explore the rest of the keep, which we do.
Nothing to it.
And here we are at the top.
Whatever you want.
Something that a place that it took me a long time to reach. Because it's actually kind of hard to get up here without getting arrested. So, here we go.
Greetings, young one.
If you somehow forgotten or were never told because we're a player in this game and not actually the character, it's on the 5th floor. There's some stuff in here, and if you are really,
Our rules are very strict.
that's Catterley. If you're really careful, you can loot this stuff and get some pretty nice items from it, but nothing that we really want or need. Here's Ulront.
Someone disturbs me.
He's very busy standing around holding his stick.
Just ask.
Alright.
Our library is a man's harem of knowledge.
Harem of knowledge. That's really offensive. Do they understand how offensive all this shit is? Like that dude in Baldur's Gate who said that we swish when we walk, making this, you know, gay slur type thing. Those kinds of insults are not insults because, you know, they're insulting me particularly, but because they're using my presumed affiliation with some group to insult me, thereby stating that this other group is, that to be a member of that group is something so terrible that to be compared with it is an insult. So that's that you swish and you walk joke. That was really offensive, and so was the harem of knowledge. I don't think they thought these things through. He's actually going to show us Garion's room. It's right here.
Our library is a man's harem of knowledge.
Really? Nope. So this is supposed to be the actual reveal. I feel much better thinking you would. I like that. So now here we're told that we're ball spawn. While I'm sure this is not untrue, my mother was not one of them. This is the lie. We'll find out later just how much of a lie this is, but this is like his Obi-Wan moment, you know. Darth Vader betrayed and killed your father. I was your mother's friend and on occasion her lover, and she died in childbirth. That's his Obi-Wan moment. Okay. Now if we go back up there, will Tethril talk to us? Tethril. I think I've been pronouncing that wrong all along. I call it Tethril, but it's really Tethril.
I am very proud of you, as I am sure Gorion is. I am very proud of you, as I am sure Gorion is.
Okay, well apparently that was a lie. He has nothing to say to us. Okay.
Nothing to it.
Mansplanation is not just explaining things. There was a video that I came across not that long ago where a scientist type was trying to explain what a flame is in language that an 11-year-old can understand, and it won a competition. The judges were 11-year-olds. I didn't much like the frame of the answer, but the answer itself was actually it told me a lot. I already knew about the you know, what a flame is essentially, but I did learn about the reason for the yellow in the flame. I hadn't known that, but that's not mansplanation.
Whatever you want.
And the reason it's not mansplanation is because that's not a conversation.
No, excuse me, but I'm late for my classes.
Leave me, stranger. Don't you recognize? Don't you recognize me? The Cloakwood. How'd you know I was in the Cloakwood? Oh yeah, they must have. We're strange and don't see each other often, and yet they send me notes to update me on the whereabouts of random people. Oh, damn. How'd that happen? He got his haste off. It'll be alright. Really damn fast. But you know what? We also have haste. And look at that. He rolled an 8 and hit me. So now he can't catch me at all. He can't even hope to catch me. So, you know, something like that. video on YouTube saying this is what a flame is. That's not a mansplaination. Because we're not in a conversation there. A video like that one, or like this one even, and it's not speaking to a specific audience, you know, specific person. Oh, an emerald. I think maybe we'll keep the emerald and use it to finally get that one damn quest off of our list. You know, this one. It's not like we need the money anymore. That's not mansplaination. Mansplaination, it's also not necessarily what you would do in email. It depends on the email. If you are expecting the other person to respond fairly quickly, you know, if you're doing like a flash chat thing or texting, you know, you expect the other person to respond right away. Then you're in a conversation and it's possible to mansplain. On the other hand, if you are writing an email and you're not sure when the other person's going to read it, and it might take, you know, several days for you to get a response, which I have been in email conversations like that where it took days and days to just, you know, have a simple exchange.
If you say so.
Those types of conversations, you might be inclined to, okay, here's the Iron Throne people, they're going to be in here. You might be inclined to do a little preemptive explanation before you really know how much the other person knows about the topic, just to essentially speed up the conversation a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. But when the person you're talking to is like directly in front of your face, or you expect a response fairly quickly, you know, you're in an actual conversation with this person. And it wouldn't actually take that much for you to ask the person, so so you're into this,
I don't have time to associate with drivel.
I think you have time to associate with me. Gentlemen? Gentlemen. Okay. You're stupid enough to admit this? No problem.
Incursus.
Oh, this guy has...
Ignorant barbarians.
This could be quite dangerous, actually.
Oh, you wild bastard.
Incursus.
I love that. I love his battle scream.
Incursus. Ignorant barbarians. Ignorant barbarians.
He's pretty tough. He's got a lot of hit points. But not enough. Yeah. I just remembered that this would be quite deadly to us if he had hit us with it. Okay. Mansplanation is when you have the opportunity, the easy opportunity, to... Oh, shit. I should have sold this before I came here. Oh well. No biggie. Alright. Now we want to be invisible again. Oh wait. I'm already shimmering. Okay, so that's not gonna work. So we'll just wait that out. The mansplanation. There we go. Is when you have every opportunity to ask your, conversation partner about whatever you're talking about, and you choose not to do that. Okay. We're gonna just explore this whole area here while we're still invisible, because we're gonna have to wait for our invisibility to wear off again. And talking to Sarabak here is, of course, going to break our invisibility. We need to not do anything within range of a one of these guards. Shit. Guards fucking everywhere. Alright.
If that's what you want.
Oh, I already explored here. Okay. No guards here, right? Okay. We're going to get our invisibility going again as soon as it expires. And then go visit the inn. Sell some of this shit and then come back. It's when you have every opportunity to talk to your conversation partner and find out what that person might know about a particular topic or be interested in as far as that topic goes. And you just don't bother.
Whatever you desire.
You just don't bother.
Is that all?
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Alright.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Now, if we were so inclined, we could go upstairs and, I don't know, do some shit up there. But, we're not gonna bother.
You close your eyes tonight, and visions of Candlekeep swim into view. As you pass through the gates of the Citadel, there is a flash of memory, and you are a child of only a few seasons once more. At your side is Gorion, gray-haired even all those years ago. How old must he have been to age so little in the time since? Aged as he ever was, you still have to run to keep up with him. He has an important meeting with Ulrond, the keeper of the tomes. An important meeting about you. Funny, you don't remember it. As you stand outside the doors of the inner keep, you can hear the shouting from within. Gorion seldom raised his voice, though you did not care to listen to the discussions at your previous stops either. As you trace patterns in the water of a fountain, a reflection distracts you from the argument. A large raven has perched atop a stone wall and stares directly at you with huge black eyes. You stare back through the mirror of the water and are suddenly afraid to meet the bird's gaze any other way. It has claws for feet. You think to yourself, little skeletal claws. The doors of the keep suddenly swing open, and Ulrond storms out. He glances at you for a moment, but looks away as he speaks. You both can stay, he sneers, but mark my words, that child will be the death of you. A flash of memory once more, and Gorion walks out of the keep as he is today, dead. You drop your gaze back to the water so as not to see. The raven is gone, but your own image remains. Your eyes are black, like those of a bird. Like father, like child, the reflection says. You wake with a yell, predictably unrested.
And yet all my spells will have been memorized. And that's really all that matters, right? Shall I charge that? 17 is enough. We'll be alright. Okay. So invisible on top of them. We're going to do what we can to get back to the keep. We may or may not succeed. Well, I mean, we'll succeed in getting back into the keep. Just not sure if we'll succeed in getting back up to talk to Sarabok and Chanter are the only two conversations we really have left that we would like to do.
Whatever you want.
Then they can arrest us and we won't care. The arrest is pretty much inevitable anyway.
Just ask.
See if we can get Sarabok in our view, but not that dude. Apparently not. It's gonna be like impossible. I mean, Sarabok will come to us if we can get him in view, but not that guard.
The Lord of Murder shall perish, but in his doom he shall spawn a score of mortal progeny. Chaos will be sown from their passage, so saith the wise Alondo.
That's pretty awesome. Okay, so he tells us about the tombs in the bottom of the keep. Let's see if we can get Sarabok to talk to us.
You need something, stranger?
There we go. Okay.
I should have joined the army.
I'm innocent, except we're not. And this isn't true either. We're gonna be lying everywhere, no matter what we choose. Okay. Alright. This was where they were having the orgy earlier.
Someone disturbs me.
The old coot. You and your friends are assassins in the employ of Am. Perhaps you were sent up north to create discord in the region before an Amish invasion. I grew up here. I was sent north. I was sent north as a, like, 3-year-old? Really? Okay. And from what I've described, as I'm sure that you can tell pretty easily, that's done by more than just men. And it's done more than just at women.
Greetings, young one.
We did everyone a favor by killing them. Okay. So here we are.
What would you like?
Underneath Candlekeep. The game wants to be sure that we are well stocked with spell scrolls. And so it gives us these things. So, actually I think I'm going to wrap it up for this session. Next time we'll be going through the catacombs, and I'll probably talk a little bit more about mansplanation, because I just kind of described it and didn't really go into any detail, but next time that's what we'll do. And, oh yeah. Common sense dictates that you must make your escape through the opposite door. Common sense and pretty much the only option for leaving the room. So, next time we'll be going through this door. Join me then. Later.